Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise.
Get ready to engage warp speed. In 1966, Star Trek premiered, a series that not only introduced the world to the iconic USS Enterprise, but also forever changed how we see the future. Created by the visionary Gene Roddenberry, the show brought a bold idea for its time, a universe where different cultures, races, and ideas coexist in the pursuit of something greater. Now, 60 years after its debut, the legacy of Star Trek is still more alive than ever. But what about the faces who took us on that intergalactic journey? What happened to the actors who brought those unforgettable characters to life? In today's video, we're setting out on a special mission to explore the before and after of the main cast from the original series, what their lives were like before fame, the impact they made aboard the Enterprise, and where their paths led after the mission ended. So adjust your controls, get ready for a wave of nostalgia, and join us as we discover how time has passed for those who dared to go where no one has gone before. William Shatner was born in 1931 in Montreal, Canada, and would go on to become one of the most recognizable faces in science fiction, although his career reaches far beyond that genre. Before achieving worldwide fame, Shatner built a strong foundation in Canadian classical theater and live television productions during the 1950s. His breakthrough came in 1966 when he took on the role of Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek. Kirk was bold, emotional, and deeply human, a sharp contrast to Spock's cool logic, and Shatner turned the character into a cultural icon. Reruns and later films cemented Kirk as one of the most famous captains in television and movie history. After Star Trek, Shatner starred in the police drama T.J. Hooker, directed and acted in several Trek franchise films, wrote books, and reinvented himself as a television personality and voice actor. In 2004, alongside James Spader, he co-starred in the hit legal drama Boston Legal. Another fascinating chapter of his life happened outside of acting. In 2021, at age 90, Shatner flew on a suborbital mission with Blue Origin, becoming the oldest person to travel to space. Now in his mid-90s, William Shatner stands as a cultural figure and pop icon, still carrying a creative energy that continues to resonate across generations. Leonard Nimoy was born in 1931 in Boston, the son of Ukrainian Jewish immigrants. Before finding fame, Nimoy worked steadily in small film and television roles throughout the 1950s and early 1960s. He was the kind of actor who showed up everywhere, westerns, science fiction, and crime dramas, patiently building his craft and reputation. His breakthrough came in 1966 when he was cast as Spock in Star Trek. The half-human, half-Vulcan character quickly became one of pop culture's most iconic figures. Nimoy's performance balanced cool logic, inner conflict, and restrained emotion, creating a layered character that embodied the tension between reason and humanity. The Vulcan salute and the phrase "live long and prosper" became symbols recognized around the world. After the original series ended, Nimoy initially struggled to separate himself from the role, an experience he explored in his autobiographical books. Over time, he embraced Spock's legacy and returned to portray him in later films and productions. Beyond acting, Nimoy directed film and television, including entries in the Trek franchise, and maintained careers as a writer, photographer, and narrator. Through his work, Nimoy helped transform a science fiction character into something almost philosophical, a symbol of rationality, identity, and acceptance of differences. Leonard Nimoy passed away in 2015 at age 83 due to complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. DeForest Kelley was born in 1920 in Georgia. As a young man, he moved to California in search of opportunity. Throughout the 1950s and early 1960s, Kelley built a steady career in Hollywood, appearing mostly in westerns and dramatic television series. Interestingly, he was often cast as villains or tough guy characters, a sharp contrast to the warm persona that would later make him famous. Everything changed in 1966 when he took on the role of Dr. Leonard "Bones" McCoy in Star Trek. McCoy became the emotional heart of the USS Enterprise, compassionate, sharp-witted, and openly human. Kelley brought warmth and humor to the character, creating a memorable dynamic with Captain Kirk and Spock. After the original series was canceled, Kelley entered a quieter period professionally, but the revival of Star Trek in theaters brought him back to the role that defined his legacy. He reprised McCoy in all the films featuring the original crew, earning enthusiastic reception from fans across generations. Off-screen, Kelley was known for his gentle personality and his strong connection with fans, especially through convention appearances. DeForest Kelley passed away in 1999 at age 79 due to complications from stomach cancer. James Doohan was born in 1920 in Vancouver, Canada. The son of Irish immigrants, he grew up in a disciplined household and, during World War II, served in the Canadian Army as an artillery officer. He took part in the D-Day invasion and was wounded in combat. After the war, Doohan studied drama and radio, developing remarkable vocal skills. In the 1950s, he became one of the most versatile performers in Canadian radio drama, known for his ability to portray multiple characters using different voices. In 1966, Doohan was cast as Montgomery Scotty Scott in Star Trek. Scotty, the chief engineer of the USS Enterprise, became synonymous with technical improvisation, loyalty, and unforgettable catchphrases. Doohan helped shape the character's Scottish accent, a choice that would become an essential part of Scotty's identity. His role embodied the spirit of human ingenuity in the face of the impossible. After the original series ended, Doohan reprised Scotty in all the films featuring the original crew and appeared at countless conventions, where he was warmly celebrated by fans. Outside of Star Trek, he did voice work and guest appearances, but he always embraced the character that made him famous. James Doohan passed away in 2005 at age 85 due to complications from pneumonia associated with Alzheimer's disease. Nichelle Nichols was born in 1932 in Illinois. From a young age, she showed strong artistic talent, studying dance, singing, and theater. Before making her mark on television, she built a career on stage, particularly in musical productions. Her life changed in 1966 when she was cast as Lieutenant Uhura in Star Trek. Uhura served as the communications officer aboard the USS Enterprise, intelligent, capable, and respected, something truly groundbreaking for television at the time. Nichols helped break racial and gender barriers in the 1960s by portraying a Black woman in a position of authority. The character became a powerful symbol of representation and inspiration, especially for young viewers who rarely saw themselves portrayed positively on screen. After the series ended, Nichols remained connected to the franchise, reprising Uhura in the films featuring the original cast. Off-screen, however, her impact was even more significant. She collaborated with NASA on recruitment campaigns, encouraging women and minorities to join the space program. Over the decades, Nichols appeared at conventions, lent her voice to various projects, acted in films, and participated in educational initiatives, always honoring the legacy of Uhura. Nichelle Nichols passed away in 2022 at age 89 due to heart failure. Majel Barrett was born in 1932 in Cleveland, Ohio. During the 1950s and early 1960s, she built her experience through appearances in television series and films at a time when American TV was rapidly expanding. Her career took a decisive turn when she began collaborating with producer Gene Roddenberry, a partnership that would place her at the center of one of the most enduring universes in science fiction. In 1966, Barrett appeared in Star Trek as Nurse Christine Chapel, a character who brought compassion and dedication to the Enterprise's sickbay. In addition, she became the voice of the ship's computer, a detail that would turn into a long-standing tradition across multiple entries in the franchise. After the original series, Barrett remained deeply connected to the Star Trek universe. She appeared in films featuring the original cast, reprised roles in later series, and continued as the computer voice for decades. In 1969, she married Gene Roddenberry, and they remained together until his passing in 1991. Outside of Star Trek, Barrett worked in both film and television, but she warmly embraced the legacy she helped build. She was a frequent presence at conventions, known for her humor and her genuine connection with fans. Majel Barrett passed away in 2008 at age 76 due to complications from leukemia. George Takei was born in 1937 in Los Angeles. Of Japanese descent, he and his family were sent to Japanese-American internment camps during World War II, an experience that would later shape much of his activism in storytelling. As a young man, he developed a passion for acting and studied drama in college. In the 1960s, he began working in film, television, and voice acting. His distinctive voice and calm screen presence helped him find opportunities at a time when Asian American actors faced significant limitations in Hollywood. In 1966, he was cast as Hikaru Sulu in Star Trek. As helmsman of the Enterprise, Sulu represented skill, discipline, and diversity. The character expanded Asian representation in mainstream media, portraying a future where different cultures worked side by side. Over the course of the series and subsequent films, Sulu evolved from navigator to seasoned commander, securing his place among the classic crew. After Star Trek, Takei continued acting in theater, film, television, and voice work, while also becoming a respected advocate for civil rights and social inclusion. With the rise of social media, he gained a new generation of fans thanks to his sharp humor and cultural commentary. He has also written books and participated in autobiographical projects exploring memory, identity, and citizenship. George Takei is currently 89 years old. Walter Koenig was born in 1936 in Chicago, the son of Russian immigrants. He grew up in New York, where he studied acting at theater schools and began his career with small roles in television and stage productions. His big break came in 1967 when he joined the cast of Star Trek as Pavel Chekov. The character was created partly in response to the political climate of the time, introducing a young Russian officer and a future built on global cooperation. Chekov brought youthful enthusiasm, humor, and energy to the bridge of the USS Enterprise, often serving as a lighthearted counterpoint to his more seasoned crewmates. After the original series ended, Koenig faced the challenge of moving beyond such an iconic role. Nevertheless, he built a diverse career. He worked as a writer, made guest appearances on numerous television series, and gained renewed recognition in the 1990s for his portrayal of Alfred Bester on the science fiction series Babylon 5. Over the decades, Koenig has maintained a strong connection with Star Trek fans, attending conventions and participating in projects related to the franchise's universe. He has also devoted time to writing, exploring both fiction and reflections on his career. Walter Koenig is now 90 years old and remains an important part of the legacy of the original crew. Grace Lee Whitney was born in 1930 in Michigan. As a teenager, she worked as a professional singer and dancer, which opened doors for her early appearances on television. Her big break came in 1966 when she was cast in Star Trek as Yeoman Rand, Captain Kirk's assistant aboard the USS Enterprise. Rand quickly became a fan favorite, bringing charm, intelligence, and a sense of humanity to the ship's daily life. Although her time on the original series was cut short due to production decisions, the character left a lasting impression and would later return in films within the franchise. After leaving the series, Whitney faced a difficult period in her personal life, including struggles with substance addiction. Her recovery became an important part of her journey, leading her to write an autobiography and work as a motivational speaker. Over the following decades, she returned to Star Trek-related projects and became a familiar presence at conventions, where she openly shared her story with fans. Grace Lee Whitney passed away in 2015 at age 85 from natural causes. Ricardo Montalban was born in 1920 in Mexico City. From a young age, he began acting in stage productions, displaying elegance, strong stage presence, and a distinctive voice that quickly drew attention. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, he built a solid career in film and television, becoming known for his sophisticated demeanor and unmistakable delivery. In 1967, he made a guest appearance that would become legendary in science fiction. He portrayed Khan Noonien Singh in the Stay Seed episode of Star Trek. Khan was a charismatic, intelligent, and dangerously ambitious antagonist, a villain who blended charm and menace with rare intensity. Montalban's performance was so powerful that the character returned years later on the big screen, cementing Khan as one of the greatest villains in the genre. In the 1970s and 1980s, Montalban gained worldwide fame as the mysterious Mr. Rourke in the series Fantasy Island, a role that perfectly showcased his natural charisma. Despite facing health challenges throughout his life, including serious spinal issues, he remained active in the arts and maintained a public presence for decades. Ricardo Montalban passed away in 2009 at age 88 due to complications related to heart failure.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more amazing content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue creating fantastic videos like this one. Thanks again, and see you next time.